The debts in Dolton are piling up for the village as they struggle to pay the bills. We're gonna be talking about this in this video today. And also we're gonna be talking about Henyard's response and something that most people did not talk about when the meeting took place last week. Besides all of the nonsense, there was something that I thought was extremely disturbing. And we're gonna be talking about that as well. Let's get into it.
And now to an NBC5 exclusive. Growing financial troubles in South suburban Dolton. Failure to pay a debt has led to legal action on one of the village's bank accounts.
As NBC5's Regina Waldrop reports, this is just the latest problem for the community as the mayor is the focus of a wide-ranging corruption investigation.
Allegations of misspending, bills not being paid. In the small south suburb of Dolton, residents and governmental leaders have been speaking out about these issues for months.
For those that keep saying people going to jail, y'all gonna see who's gonna be going to jail from this board. So stay tuned, because what you think is good for me is damn sure good for you. So thank you so much for listening. We're gonna play the video now.
It's some trying times in the village right now.
Now, more financial troubles. Last week, legal action taken on one of the village's bank accounts, leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars off limits.
We served a document on the village's bank that requires the document to freeze twice the amount of the judgment. So in this case, the bank has frozen $440,000.
David Graham is a former Dolton detective.
I was there for 17
years. In 2019, he won a whistleblower lawsuit against the village. After several failed appeals, the village settled and agreed to pay around $220,000 in attorney fees and costs. Attorney Patrick Walsh says the action on the village's bank account taken because it has yet to pay, even after the village board approved payment.
The village agreed in a settlement agreement to pay these fees. The court awarded these fees, and now they're just not paying it.
A typical Dolton reaction for whistleblowers. They go against you, they retaliate against you, they're still retaliating today.
So it's pretty terrible. Now let's look at something real quick. So right here, EdgarCountyWatchdogs.com talked about this article, talking about that same story. A hearing was held last week and the court froze $440,000 in the village of Dolton's bank account, which is twice the amount the judgment against them, plus interest because the check was never tendered after the village board voted to pay for it. Another consequence of Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard failing to pay the bills and judgments. It's more evidence that she is just incompetent, and everyone's worried about the bills. Everyone's worried about what is going on in the coffers of the village. Do they have money or do they don't? And the fact they have to freeze money after, again, this case happened in 5 years ago. They settled, they're supposed to pay the fees, they haven't, and even more disturbing, since then the village has failed to tender the payment pursuant to this order and is now faced with a citation to recover assets, which could freeze the village bank accounts in an amount 3 times the amount of the judgment until the judgment is paid, presumably with interest. This is destroying the village of Dolton.
Brown is a Dolton trustee. She says it's unclear why the judgment has not been paid.
It says $809,000 in the account and $440,000 was frozen. That check was cut months ago, and why wasn't it given to that vendor? I don't know.
I hope that the courts will see that everything that's been going through and they award us that check so we can finally put this behind us.
We reached out to Mayor Tiffany Henyard's administration, but there was no response to our repeated requests for a comment. This matter heads back to court on July 23rd.
All right, since she can't be responding to comments, the best way to learn what's going on with the financial situation of your village, of your city, is through the board meeting. So maybe Henyard can talk about what's going on, why things are not getting paid, where is the transparency, what is going on with the money. That's the best way to do it, is during these meetings, or at least reaching out to her. The problem is she's not very transparent. So in the last meeting, regardless of all the nonsense, I think this was extremely important point in the meeting, the lack of transparency and the disturbing stuff that is being said about what's going on. Where is the financial director? Where is the CPA? The people who are handling the money, why they're not in this meeting? At one point, the financial director, Tangelique Miller, was one of the people that you saw in the meetings, and apparently she quit. But what's going on now? But first, let's go back in time when our super mayor was a trustee. What did she have to say about transparency?
I can have that scanned over to you.
Yeah, I want to know what we're paying people for.
And then underneath there, the Sony Black Productions for video editing, $3,250. What video editing are we doing for that kind of money? What projects was authorized for that, and who authorized it?
Those are for various events that were recorded. The details of which events I don't have in front of me, but those invoices can be emailed.
Okay. Well, I think I asked in the past, like, if y'all could be a little more detailed when y'all give us this, so I don't have questions when we get here, because that's a lot of money to me for video editing. So if you can give me that, I will appreciate it.
Isn't that interesting? Now we'll fast forward to last week in the year of 2024. What is going on now?
So when you sat there and did all of that, nobody wants to go back and forth, but you can never give a definite answer. Have we received $6.8 million? Okay. Why is the finance person? Last month, I asked the same thing. Why the finance person not here? No answer. It's Monday again. What is Monday, her off days? Well, maybe we should change the meeting. I don't know. But it don't make no sense that we have to keep doing this. It makes no sense at all.
Okay.
All right.
I got one more comment.
Okay, after you, that's the end of discussion. We're going to move on a vote so we can get through this agenda.
Just to follow up on Trustee Belcher's point, after last meeting, I did email the CPA and ask them to be present or in attendance. They responded saying that they were willing. They were actually here in the parking lot and were not allowed into the building. Thank you.
All right. Is that it? All right. Call the roll.
That is absolutely outrageous. What do you mean they can't get into the building? The people that have all the information about what's going on financially with the village, they can't get into the building? And obviously the mayor said nothing, just wanted to move on. This is the most disturbing part of this meeting, in my opinion. The money that the citizens, the residents of Dolton, they need, and they cannot get the answers for it. What is really going on? As Trustee Belcher brought to light, some serious issues regarding the financial mismanagement, regarding transparency, the presence of key financial personnel at these meetings. It's essential. It's important. Where is the financial officer? Where is the CPA? They can't get in the building? What? It looks like Henyard is purposely making these people unavailable so they cannot respond publicly to some of these concerns the trustees have. Now, according to Trustee Jason House, the CPA was willing to attend the meeting, but was not allowed into the building. For what? Is the CPA a credible threat? The guy who probably knows what's going on with the money, he's not allowed to be in the building during the meetings? Only Henyard can have access to the CPA? What is going on? I want to show you guys who the CPA is. So this is the accountant for Dolton, John Kasparek. Hope I pronounced that correctly. So the person who represents this firm, a certified public accountants, could not get into the village board meeting.
Auditing and consulting in the Chicago Southland region is John Kasparek Company. That's me, and this is my team. We are an independent certified public accounting firm that has been up and running for over 3 decades. We began developing our expertise right here in Calumet City, Illinois. However, through the years, we've innovated and expanded throughout the Chicago Southland due to strong partnerships we've built and maintained with our clients. We're a community-based firm offering accounting, consulting, and auditing services to a wide range of individuals and organizations. We primarily serve municipalities, schools, and not-for-profits.
Okay, cool. That sounds great. Why the people who represent this firm could not get into the building? They don't seem like credible threats. They seem like legit CPAs that have experience dealing with many municipalities or municipalities. Depends on who said it. So why they can't get in? What's going on? This situation indicates a deliberate attempt by the supermayor to prevent the CPA from participating in the meeting, obstructing the board's ability to get accurate financial information and advice publicly, which is very important because these board meetings are for public consumption, to see things working, to see the transparency, seeing what's being asked and everything is on record. Someone is blocking that from happening. It's a very significant allegation. Again, it's intentional efforts to withhold crucial information from the trustees and the public. This should have been talked about more, but I understand all the nonsense that happened after that. But at the same time, CPA can't get in the building. That is unacceptable. acceptable. And Mayor Henyard, just throughout the meeting, and especially at that moment, was just largely defensive, largely dismissive of the trustees' concerns. She accused the trustees of grandstanding and creating unnecessary drama, then engaging in constructive dialogue to resolve issues.
So we want to know what it is.
Okay, so if you wanted to know what it is, y'all know the protocol. Why did y'all ask questions
Okay.
as it relates to getting the answer before we get to the board meeting? Once again, we do all this for a show. Got all your answers before. You said that you talked to the village administrator last time and he answered your questions.
Absolutely. And when I called him, he
hold
told
on,
me he
I'm
was
not done.
unavailable.
I'm not done. So you asked the questions and he answered. So you could have did the same thing prior to this meeting instead of here we go grandstanding. Once again, if you're not gonna pay it, you're not gonna pay it. If you wanted to answer about it prior to the meeting, y'all could have did the same thing. So we're gonna move on.
But one of the issues that she can resolve very quickly is bring the financial director, bring the CPA. Let's figure out what is going on with the money. And for instance, when addressing the financial concerns raised by Trustee Belcher and Norwood in-house, Henyard deflects, which she's a master at, by questioning why these issues were not brought up directly to her before the meeting. But this tactic not only undermines the seriousness of the concerns, but also shifts the blame onto the trustees for not addressing the issues through other channels. Why Henyard can't answer these things now, publicly, so everyone knows that everything is transparent, everything is on the up and up. This kind of response just drags the whole village down. There's no trust, and it just deepens the divide from the administration to the trustees and the public. This is not working. So I would like to know why the CPA cannot be in the Village Dolton meeting. Let me know in your comments below what you think about this situation. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. And I see you guys. Well, I guess you can't see me right now because this is a faceless thing, but thank you for watching the video. And we'll talk again in the next video.